Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Engaged Family Gaming Podcast. My name is Steven Dutzman. I'm your host, and I am joined once again by the full crew, four of my very best friends in the whole wide world. And we are here to talk about our most anticipated video games and board games, etc., of the next year. Because it's that time of year, right? January, we like to look forward. There's already been some good games that came out so far this year, but it'll be interesting to see what we all bring to the table. I say, as I know for the most part, what everyone is bringing to the table. So to introduce everybody before we get going, let me point above my head to the man behind the curtain, John Tomlinson. Sir, how are you, and what are we building today?
Today, we are building a poinsettia.
Oh, man, we're
Very
building nice
nice.
little
That's
flowers.
nice.
But last night, I completed the Tuxedo Cat.
Hype.
Yeah, it was super cute. The wife and I were watching Night in the Seven Kingdoms, and then she fell asleep while I was watching recaps. And then I made sure to put it right in front of her on the couch, so she woke up right looking at the cat.
You're lucky she didn't flail out and knock it off the table and make you have to redo it. Next, Jeff from the frozen north, back after a bit of a hiatus doing some theater.
Yes.
Sir, how are you?
I am doing good. Yes, was assistant directing a show, and we sold out 2 of our nights, so it was a good show.
Congratulations.
I like to think that some of that
And-
was the EFG bump, you know?
In
like
fact-
because our energy flowed out and sold some tickets.
Our Saturday night, we had to put out more seats. We ran out of the seats that we had set
That's
out.
awesome.
Wow.
Jeff, I need a one-word reaction, Obafemi being entrant number 1 into the Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Surprise.
One-word reaction. Surprised? Okay, all right. I thought awesome. I was pretty excited. Anyway, I'm sure we'll talk about that later. Next up is the Mistress of Magnificence, otherwise known as Mom. Linda, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm doing great. So glad it's podcast night.
Podcast night is, in fact, best night.
Always.
And last but not least, my very best friend in the whole wide world, the Princess of Power, Amanda Farrow. How are you?
I am so tired. It's because I made a video game in 2 days over the
Ooh.
weekend for Global Game Jam. So
Nice.
I am tired. But I am very happy to be at podcast night.
It is, in fact, podcast night. We are very proud of you that you represented both Strange Scaffolding and Team EFG in the, because you represent us everywhere you go. You represented us in the
Everywhere.
Game Jam, and we loved it. So, and let's get right into it because we have a very busy week. I want to start by talking about good news. Amanda, your good news, you participated in a Game Jam and you made like a whole
did.
freaking video game in 48 hours.
I did.
How the heck does that crap work? Because that just scares me.
Well, I didn't do it alone. So
Okay, well.
I thankfully had other people on my team, including 2 people that I work with on a regular basis. So Colin McInerney and Dimitri Safidis, I think that's his last name. So they work with me at Strange Scaffold, and we had a wonderful producer, Georgie, who ended up taking us to honorable mention victory with the music for our Game Jam game, which is called Granddaughter Clock. We're going to be polishing it up, and then we're going to throw it up on itch for a few bucks if you want to check it out.
Of course we do. Of course we do. We'll talk about that when we get there. Next up, Linda, you got any good news for us?
I do. And it's life good news. My husband had a major back surgery. Went well. He's home. He's recovering. It's a long road to recovery,
Yay!
but everything went to plan. And
That's
the family
awesome.
and friends have rallied around us. And I mean, it's one of those, you don't want
I'm
anyone to have
so
to do
happy.
surgery, but like we've just been so supported and so taken care of. And we're really blessed to have the network that we do. But yeah, really good news.
Well, you and John deserve the best.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. That's such
No, it is good
wonderful
news.
I was there, 2 days after he got home?
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Yeah, honestly, he was doing way better than I expected him to be. And already chatty and sarcastic as we expected. So very good. And yeah, I was pretty excited about that. And so, man, that's good news for all of us. We knew he
Yes.
needed that surgery, and I'm glad that he got it done. Jeff, how about you? I mean, you already kind of shared some of your good
Kinda.
news, but it's been like a month,
It's-
so you can go retro.
Okay. I have a couple of few. Can I do 2 things of good news that's been going on?
You know what? You go ahead. I'm gonna move this box from the press mailer that I got for winter, the Lorcana Winter Spell thing, because it's making a mess of my background. You go.
So the first bit of good news I have is we brought my podcast back after an over a 2-year hiatus. So that's been fun. We've been recording video episodes, which is a new medium for us to try, but people hop back in. You think people forget about you, and then had like 5 comments on the first episode saying, "I'm glad you're back." Did make me feel old because one of those comments said, "You were my childhood," and I did not like the "were my childhood."
Mhm.
Though after we kind of riffed on that, he did comment back and say, by "was" meant he was 9 when he started listening to us, and he's now a teenager. So in my head, he's still a child.
That's still child.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is,
let me
but
tell
for them,
you.
they're big.
Yeah,
It's so
a whole
funny.
thing, though,
Our
buddy.
podcast has 2 demographics. We have the kids, and then we have the people that are middle age. There's no in between. It's weird. And then the other bit of good news I have is since November, I have been taking voice acting lessons.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Cool.
So Amanda, you may ever make a video game that needs voice acting once I get.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
But no, I've been telling you, it's called the Voice Actors College, and it's actually really cool. They do actually. I missed the webinar this month to be with you guys. They recorded, but they had the Gearbox casting director for a webinar. So what they had one with the current voice of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Last month they had the Crunchyroll casting director. So it's really cool getting to see um all these like bigwigs in the voice acting industry for this online course I'm taking. And but I do email like samples to someone and they critique them and we go back and forth.
Nice.
So it's been really interesting. And I'll end with it's so interesting because I come from a theater background, and she gave me a piece of advice how theater I am taught to project to the back row. But she explained to me that in voice acting, I need to make it more intimate and pretend I'm just talking to that one person.
Yeah.
So it's very
different.
yeah. It's been fun. I think I am learning a villain, like evil yelling villain thing is not me, but I'm learning.
Amanda, what would I do if my talking to the person right in front of me is the same thing as me yelling to the back of the room?
You're not like that. What are you talking about?
Hold on. I'm processing. Be
'Cause
quiet.
That is... Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
You asked.
I did. I walked right into it, but it was funny.
You walked right into that,
But
buddy.
Friends have to be honest.
But it's really cool because also, sorry, I just thought of something else. The classes, they don't just teach you video games, anime, which everyone wants to do. They also I also had an intro to narration, like you would narration your company's training videos, or they have
Or like audiobooks?
they have an audiobook module that's later on in the course.
Cool.
Man, I'll tell you what. You get good at reading audiobooks. There's some Upwork you could do on that because there are so many people that need that.
Commercials. The pro tip I've learned is the big money in voice acting is in commercials, they say.
I wouldn't be shocked by that at all.
Makes sense.
John, what about you? You got any good news for us?
So, house-wise, I finally have all the electrical and plumbing 100% except for one vanity. But I moved the wife's workshop from the basement to the attic and then moved a counter into the workshop room to put all the 3D printers on. And she's got more space, windows to look out, not be in a
Hmm.
basement in the dark.
Yeah,
So,
which
like,
is where the
she's much
3D printers
happier.
should go.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's great. Yeah, her workspace should be, airy and energetic, and the 3D printers can,
Yep.
can toil away in the dark dungeon.
She
That makes
has
a lot of sense
launched
to me.
the Etsy store. She has some people that have stuff in their cart, and we just learned how to whisper like a discount code to them. So see if she actually makes a sale this week. She
Gonna
has
use some of that.
really good stuff.
Learning some of that e-commerce madness.
It looks so cool. Like, yeah, she's made some really cool pins and also hotel style keychains that are really cool. One that says "Fight the Empire" and one that says something else.
Yeah, we can't. Some things we
Yes.
can't repeat here, but
But
that's awesome.
on my side of things, with my job, up for a big promotion that was listed last week, and my entire department is like, "You're already doing that, Jobs. Just gotta
Yeah.
convince the boss."
Well, good luck
got
with
this, buddy.
that.
Yeah.
my good news is I just had it looks like I'm building a website. I have a new website client, and I can talk about it because it's pretty exciting. I'm making a website for a drag queen that teaches math.
That's incredible.
So that's going to be
That is blessings. That's what that is.
That is going to be a
That adds
website.
up.
It's going to be a website and a half, and it does in fact add up. So that's going to be that is going to be a fun project. And man, did I need a fun project, because it has been an interesting couple of weeks. So we got the good news. Let's talk about the games we are playing, because man, I'm going to go real fast. I went back and started playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I don't know why. I will fully admit this. I don't know why. I don't know what hit me, but I was walking into the house and I said, man,
There's a update coming for Switch 2.
I know it wasn't that. If it was that, I would have waited for it, but no, I overrode the, whatever. And I just started playing it, played through the first couple of worlds, and God, I loved it. Why is Jeff here twice?
How many
Am I
Jeffs?
here twice?
You
Now you're
are
back
here
to one.
once
There you go.
now, but I got to turn you down a little bit.
There you go.
Whoa. All right, there we go.
We're good.
I was like, why is Jeff here twice? There's multiple Jeffs.
I don't know if it's Riverside because my
many
internet
Jeffs?
has full power, but it keeps freezing, and I had to reset the
Okay.
browser. So if that happens
Well,
again,
we're good.
Multiversal Jeff.
You're good now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be good. So I don't know why, but I loved it. Man, Super Mario Wonder is such a great game. It's underrated among 2D Marios, I think. It's just so fun. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'm ready to play the update. But Amanda, you told me that you have been playing a co-op game that is not particularly known for its co-opness.
That's because it wasn't built that way. Well, it wasn't built for persistent co-op.
Yeah,
So
so
I
we've
went
teased
to-
everybody enough.
Yeah. So yeah, we've teased everybody enough. So I went to go and see Elden Ring, the symphonic adventure, with my husband a couple of weekends ago. And I came out of it and I'm like, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back to the Lands Between, because I didn't finish it. Because it's not that I was bored. I was just overwhelmed. I was like, I don't have time for this. This is a gigantic game. So my husband says to me, well, we could play a co-op. And I'm like, what? How? It's not built for persistent co-op. Yeah, but there's a mod called Seamless that will allow us to set a password so we can all play together. And I'm like, who's all? I thought it was just going to be us. And then, so Mike is playing with us, and our dear friend Ryan is playing with us. And his wife sits in the chat just so that she can laugh at us, because the shenanigans are truly exceptional. And it is a lot of running around and getting lost and dying, and then running around and dying and getting lost and dying. And
That sounds a lot like my experience playing it.
it's really, really fun to play with friends, though. Like it is. We had originally played it, the three of us, but we played it individually. And actually being able to play it together has been a very difficult, or not difficult, a very different and, for me, necessary way of playing the game. Because I get to ask questions and I get to, like, I don't know, just sit in this space with my husband who's so passionate about this universe, because he's a huge Night Rain guy. Like, he literally basically 100% at the game, which is impressive. That game's very hard. So it's been really fun to play Elden Ring co-op. I'm kind of thinking that when my folks get here this weekend, I might be like, hey, Dad, you want to try Elden Ring? We'll see what he thinks.
I mean, that's one heck of a way to bond with Dad over dying repeatedly.
He's not unfamiliar with that. He's played a lot of games with me over the years. We were playing Space Marine 2 last night, and it was a lot of like screaming, brother, for Ultramar, and then dying. So, we're used to that.
Sure. All right. Well, let us know how it goes.
I will.
I envy you half of that experience, the fun gameplay with friends. But Elden Ring is a little bit much for me.
It's pretty crunchy, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I can respect game, even if I don't have it. Linda, speaking of games that no one else has, you played a game that was having a little bit of pre-release testing on Steam.
I
That's right, guys. Linda was being a pro gamer.
I'm up
Tell
there with
us
pro
what you
gaming
played and
Nana.
what you did.
I got to play a little bit more of Flamecraft. It came back for another week for playtesting.
Just like tears because I love Flamecraft. Just
Oh. What's I think is
Anyway,
funny, I'm
continue.
really enjoying playing it digitally. And it was neat seeing from the very first version to now this version how much more polished it got. Because I haven't had the pleasure of seeing that evolution before firsthand. But the more I'm playing it digitally, the more I'm like, okay, now we have to get the physical game to the table because we have not yet done that. So I think that I know it is owned. Like it just hasn't happened.
You
So
must.
I know.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
I am so excited to play it. It needs to go on the must play for another game night coming up. We definitely need to prioritize
And then
it.
tell me everything.
Absolutely. So I'm excited because it's made me more hungry to play the physical game. But the it's so cozy to play on Steam and just with the music and the just the
So
whole
this is
package.
like the complete opposite experience for Linda in every single moment. Like she's physical first, digital never. Now it's like full on digital. I want to
That's
play
what's
the
up.
physical so bad. It's so amazing to watch your journey over these years.
Unexpected
mean,
journey.
It is we are nothing but encouraging people to have learning experiences. I do want to take a brief moment to shout out Megamom in the chat. She's listening along while working on homework, which is important. Working on one of the advanced degrees. Very, very proud, very excited with the progress. Some comments about Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and then also making fun of Linda's husband and his sarcasm. So
She's only
Knight
known
of the
him for
Seven
20
Kingdoms,
plus
so
years.
good.
So, thank you very much for listening to us while you do your homework. Hopefully, we are not too much of a distraction. I can't say we won't try to distract you more. Jeff, what have you been playing?
So I have been playing a little game called Trails in the Sky First Chapter. It's a video game series I've always wanted to get into, but it's been very
Yeah.
difficult because there are like 12 games in the series, and every game has callbacks to previous games before it. So previously, until last August, you could not play the first game in the series unless you could play on Steam, but I don't really have a computer. I don't game on my computer or get the original PSP version. So they remade the first one. I played it, and so it's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite RPG, but I do want to play the others in the series to see where the story goes. It had a cool mechanic of where you could start a battle out in action RPG, just smashing the X button and attacking, and then when you weaken them, switch to a turn-based mode, which was really cool. It's kind of funny because I just talked about doing voice acting classes. My biggest gripe with the game was the voice acting, and not that the voice acting was bad. It's that the voice acting was inconsistent. So you would have certain scenes where it wasn't voice acted, then some scenes were. Then some scenes, this is the weirdest part though, some scenes only one character was voice acted, but it wasn't the main character, which they already had their voice for. It was some otother character coming in.
I bet you
Oof.
anything there were rewrites and they couldn't afford to hire the voice actor to come back.
Well, yeah, one of them is his name. He played Adam in the original, in the second group of Power Rangers.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
exactly who
He's-
you're talking about.
I should know
Yeah.
his name,
he's-
and I can't think of it right now.
He is probably not cheap.
Probably
And
not.
also, $1 is greater than zero if you're out of budget. So
Yeah.
I have seen that game. It is on my Steam wish list. I am waiting for a good sale because as much as I want to play it, I just ain't got the time.
Well, and that's what it was on sale. It was on my Switch wish list, and it came on sale, so it was like $15 off on the Switch. And it was another one of those weird things where if you got the Switch 2 version, you had to pay $1 upgrade cost. I'm like, what is the point of this?
That's so
bet you-
silly.
bet
I
you
wonder
that
what the
$1
reason for that
upgrade cost.
was.
Bet you that $1 upgrade cost had the voice acting. I'm just kidding.
It
probably
didn't, because
but-
that's what I bought, because I was playing on my Switch
right, well.
too. But I do want to play the second part, supposed to come out this year. They haven't set a date yet, but then there's a third part to this. Once the third part comes out, then I can play the whole trilogy, or the whole series.
All right. Okay.
So it's
well,
just a waiting game.
sure is. All right.
Literally.
So, John, let's talk about your venture back into Ball Pit. And the other thing might need to wait
Why don't I do the other one instead?
because Ball Pit will be faster and we're almost at 8:30.
Okay, cool. Well, actually, Nimble's fast D&D. But
It's
anyway,
nimble.
I've been playing ball pit. Back in high school, I used to play a game called Snood, where you would like shoot upwards and like drop a bunch of like globes down. This is kind of
Yep.
like that, where it's just a wave. I think Castle Crashers was like that kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
But this is like a pinball game where you're just shooting balls, they hit around and they come back to you. And then you get different power ups and the balls do different things like crazy. Meanwhile, in between, you will have a city builder. So you
Interesting.
have these city builders. You start like building like little forests and farms and stuff. Then you use your guys that you unlock as characters to pinball off the buildings and like gold mines and forest and stuff to collect your resources to upgrade your building. So very much like every single game we love wrapped up into one. And then you
Cool.
just keep on, it's like Vampire Survivors. You keep on going, you unlock a new character, and then you unlock all the other power-ups and stuff. And it's just, right now I'm like 2/3 through the Noon Game Plus, and I'm around 70% of trophies. And it's
Okay.
on Game Pass. And it's only
And it's
like,
on everything too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not.
yeah, it's free on Game Pass, but it's like $16 everywhere else. But yeah, it's really fun. If you buy it on Steam, there's a lot of discounts with like Vampire Survivors, Slots and Daggers I mentioned the last show and the show before, because I'm a bad influence on Manda. And like
I'm
Clover
ignoring
Pit
She
it.
as
hasn't
well.
been influenced. She hasn't been influenced. You're just.
I'm so ignoring it
She's
because
ignoring
even though
it
you
because
know
she
my
knows.
tastes, I have 0% time and I will get eaten.
Same.
But it
But
is.
yeah,
It is
so
on my wish list. I
it's
love
so
the
much fun.
recent. I love the recent thing on Steam where they've been like bundling games in the same genre
Yeah.
together.
It's
I know
And
cool.
then
it's
if
not
you
really a
own
new
them, you
thing.
still get the discount. But
Yeah.
like if you buy a couple of them, because like I'll buy through GG.deals, which is a bunch of key shops and stuff. Everything's legit though. And then if I buy a couple of them, then the one game that like is kind of higher price will come down the couple dollars to be that discount
Yeah.
if I bought the bundle. And I got the other one for $1. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one that's on my wish list. I know it'll grab me, and it'll grab me for a couple of weekends. So those are the games we were playing, and we're playing some good stuff. But the year 2026 is only 1 month down. Now, admittedly, it is already 1 month down, which is terrifying. But let's talk about our most anticipated games. And I'd like to start with Linda, because Linda, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of mix the board games and the video games together. I want to like live dangerously, and mostly I want Linda to be able to participate a little bit, because normally it's like basically 2 shows, and everybody's like, "Why is Linda even here?" And I'm like, "Trust me, Linda's a pro gamer now."
yeah.
So Linda, tell us like a couple of board games that we really need to be hype about, and I will bring it up so I can even show pictures, because you gave me assets.
I did. So just so you can prep the 2, I figure I'll start with the 2 we got hands on at PAX Unplugged. Denup,
Oh, yep, okay.
Yep.
I was like, girl,
Ghost. Yep.
it's
It's been a minute. I know it's been a
Girl.
minute.
been a minute. All right,
Yeah. So I'm
here
gonna
we
start with
go.
Denup.
All right,
All right. So Denup is a card game.
I know that one.
Remember that
Okay,
one?
I get
Yes.
it.
And it's Denup because it's up, but up is reversed on the first part. It's from Asmodee. Ages 8+, 2 to 4 players, around 15 minutes playtime. Expected to release in late May. The information I had said the 29th of May, so that's going to be a while. But we got to play this at PAX Unplugged, and this was a lot of fun. So the idea is you're trying to get rid of the cards in your hand, but these are cards that have a top half and a bottom half. So you're only able to start with the numbers on the top, and you're playing down cards, and you're trying to have higher value than what's on the table. So if, say, a 6 is on the table, you want to try to do higher than a 6, or more cards. So I could play 2 2s, and that would be higher value than just a 6. And so you're trying to get these higher values, because when you go around, if you put down something higher, then the person whose lower cards has to take it back in their hand, so they're not getting rid of them. And there's a couple other mechanisms for getting rid of cards. It was a lot of fun to play. We went through a couple games in the short demo time that we had, so it was definitely a quick playing game. And this is one I feel like is going to really be popular because it's quick playing, easy to learn, and card games I feel like in general are just very accessible to people because there's not a lot of fiddly bits.
Yeah, I mean, I played this one with you. I wasn't at the same table as you, but I was playing at the same time, and I showed up late.
Right.
And so I sat down and was able to learn this game while it was being played without being taught, which is really impressive for this. One of the things that's like basically your options are to play a card or flip your whole hand over.
Right, that's one of the choices.
And
yep.
like that flip your whole hand over thing, like once I realized that I could do that and it really like basically changes your entire hand, it's just wild. This is one of those games that I feel like, it's not going to replace Flip 7. I think Flip 7 is like a unique animal, but this is one of those games that like if you have a tote of card games that you bring everywhere, if you're like one of those people, I think this game just needs to be in that pile. I also really am a sucker for the graphic design, the way they have the numbers kind of folded in with each other. I've got the picture here that I'm sharing, but like just the way they have it all done, I was just really jealous of whoever got to design this because I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job with that. So that's something, and I'm curious to see if there's any more further refinement since it isn't releasing till late spring. So the next one that I got to play at that same demo session is Ghosts Galore. Let me just pull up my notes on that. Also from Asmodee, 2 to 5 players on this one. We played it at the demo at a full 5-player count. Worked great. They recommended ages 10 plus, and that's because of the strategy involved. It's not one that needs a lot of reading. So this is one you could, if you've got a real savvy younger player, they could play this because there's not that limiting factor, but there's a ton of strategy. This is a tile laying game due to release actually later this month, the 20th. And in Ghost Galore, you're basically trying to build a train in a mine shaft and you're trying to lay these tracks. But there's a bunch of different monsters that all have different specifications. And so this is where it's a lot to manage with. If you have this monster on your tile, it means this points, this way to earn points, or, so there's a lot to keep track of. So the age 10 plus, I think, is a really accurate as far as because it is a little more complex, but it's a beautiful, it's a really cute tile laying game. Like the graphics are really cute. It's not quite cozy like some other tile laying games that are really gorgeous, but it's really cute. The art is adorable. It's very calm. And you're just trying to build over a course of 8 rounds. These tracks, you're drafting the tiles to put them out. And it's definitely more challenging in the strategy than you would think, especially with how cute the art is. It looks like it'd be really young. But let's just put it this way. I had a great strategy in mind, was trying to execute it, didn't go to plan.
Didn't work out.
Didn't go.
Yeah.
Nope.
That sounds correct.
That blue guy on the cover, he looks pretty mean. So,
but it's like every like character that you see, they have a different path to points, and there's a bunch. There's more than even what's on the cover art. So there's a lot to keep in mind as you're drafting your tiles.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's a lot of
fun.
All
right. Well, it's a couple of board games to get us started. Amanda.
Yeah.
Why don't you share one of yours? Because I'm always interested to hear about your anticipated games because they are never games that I have heard about.
That sounds right. I've seen I'm really fortunate in that I go to all the PAXs. So it means that I see a lot of really interesting indie video games. And PAX West this year was particularly excellent in that I got to check out a number of really cool games, including Letter Lost is a fascinating, and I do mean deeply fascinating narrative game. I believe that we're heading in the direction of like cosmic shenanigans.
Okay.
I wouldn't say cosmic horror. It's more cosmic dread because there's clearly something very wrong with where you are, but you have to mail letters. You have to get people in the door to your little post office, and you have to get their letters out and post them. Like
To
actually
be clear, this is a
physically
video
post them.
game?
This is a video game,
Okay,
yes.
because I've seen letter writing. There's a letter writing LARP that's run by somebody that
That's
is a
very
mutual
cool.
of Linda and I, but so I don't know.
No, it's all good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's a video game. Letter Lost actually has its demo out on Steam right now if you wanted to go and check it out. It's very, very interesting. The vibes are immaculate. A friend of mine is actually responsible for the narrative on the game, and she was so excited to tell me about it while I was at PAX West, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll go by and I'll check it out." And I was obsessed with this game because it's one of those experiences where you'd think it would be super boring and it wouldn't work because it's like, how interesting is posting a letter? No, dude, it's not just about the mechanics. It's about everything that's kind of underlying it. Where are we? What do you mean I have to post a letter to a place using colors? Why are colors important? What does this have to do with anything? Why did I wake up in a dungeon? So anyway, a lot of cosmic dread, but it's still somehow kind of cozy. So it's like spooky cozy. And that's the perfect kind of game for me. So
Yeah,
that
spooky cozy.
that is one of my more anticipated games of the year is Letter Lost. And you can go check out the demo on Steam right now.
Man, spooky cozy is the name of your autobiography.
Honestly,
think.
yeah. Yeah. Except it'll be Spooky Cozy, the unreliable narrator of Amanda Farrow. Because I am my
And then-
own worst
Yeah,
unreliable narrator.
that's fine.
Of
We'll
my
eat a
own
sandwich. We'll eat a sandwich,
We'll
and
eat a
we'll read your
sandwich.
book.
That's fine.
Speaking of unreliable narrators, that was a reference, everybody. A dated one,
It was good.
but it was one. I'm just super smart. All right, so I want to go next because, well, actually, wait, no, I'm not going to go next. Jeff is going to go next because Jeff messaged me directly to be like, "Yo, I got a thing." Jeff, you have a board game that you're excited about, and I know normally, but you actually talk about board games more than people give you credit for, my friend.
I just got a new shelf for my board games. I have a 5-tier shelf that because we were running out of space. So
That's what we like to see. I say with the board.
I have
with
lots
the
of board
shelves
games.
behind me.
If I could show everyone without knocking over my whole setup, I would turn my cam around, but I can't.
You know what? That's what Instagram is for, my man. We'll deal with that later. But tell us about this game. I want to hear it.
So this game, I don't know if it counts because technically the Kickstarter came out last year.
It counts fine. I don't care.
But it's not. Pre-orders are now up on the, I think it's CYMK website. And it is called Hot Streak. I played this over the Christmas vacation with one of my old high school friends when we went back to my hometown in Iowa. And what Hot Streak is think of the Kentucky Derby. Think of everyone at the Kentucky Derby betting on the races, except you are not showing up to bet on horse races. You are showing up to bet on mascot races. And everyone, it comes with these 5 huge mascot, like they're as big as a Funko Pop, huge mascot figures. And then you have certain cards that are flipped out, says this mascot goes forward 2 spaces, this mascot goes forward 1 space and left 1 space. If your mascot goes forward a space and someone's in front of you, you trip and fall over, but you can't stand up until the stand up card is flipped up. And so the goal is you only have a certain number of cards in the deck. Some are thrown out, and then everyone playing gets to put a random card in the deck. So you know at least one of the cards in the deck before all the cards are shown. And then you bet on which mascots you think are going to win.
Okay.
And then there's other bets too, like you might get a bet that goes the hot dog man. Do you think the hot dog man is going to finish in the top 2? Do you think this person's going to fall over? And the great thing about this game is you can play it with as many people as you want. If you get over 9 people, they have a way to play with just paper and pens. But the box is really cool too, because unlike you don't open the box and you get out the board and everything, the box has the mascots in it, and then like a vinyl thing you pull out is the track.
Oh, that's neat. I've been actually hearing about this.
Actually, if I could share, am I allowed to share my screen? Will it let me?
It might.
I
You
have
could
the
try.
website up.
Well, I have it up too, so I'll just do mine. Oh, well, hey, it works.
It worked.
So
Oh, there it is. Over.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
Very good.
But
He's piping in from the other room how terrible he is.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but it definitely will probably be a game we buy once it's easily more available. Because I think they planned on, like, it says shipping late February, so I think they've gotten more, because last time I looked, it says it didn't know when you were going to receive your order.
well, I mean, that's shipping has been a little wild for the or for the board games. That's one thing video games have going for them, is that digital stuff can travel wherever.
It's true.
So I want to talk about a video game, and I want to talk about a video game that I didn't know existed until like a month ago. And now I am so incredibly like jittery levels of hyped for it. And that is Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Now, it is not a shock to anyone that sees me or has spoken to me that I like Star Trek stuff, right? But when I tell you I'm a Star Trek stuff, I am a huge Trek fan. Huge. And when I tell you that Captain Catherine Janeway is my favorite captain.
Of course she is. She's wonderful.
As the kids say, she is goated.
Also, when you if you know me as well as you do, are you really that surprised that Captain Janeway is my favorite captain?
Steve,
nope, not even a little bit.
Before you go on, I do have to tell you that the next time I will not be on the show is because I'm hoping to get a part in the musical Con, the Star Trek the musical Trektacular, which we're doing in June. And the director told me I would make a good Spock, so
I hope
pretty nice
that happens. Okay, Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is roguelike where you are blasted out to the Delta Quadrant and you have to replay pivotal moments of the series and make your own decision to try and get your crew back home. That is the coolest premise for a video game ever. It seems like it's going to play out kind of like FTL, only with characters that you know and care about, if you are me. So I am super stoked, super thrilled, and I am definitely going to be making mistakes and getting assimilated by the Borg or getting blown up by species 84372 and, like all manner other nonsense. But you better damn well believe that I will always recruit 7 of 9. Okay.
That is good and right.
Because if you don't, you made a mistake. So that's Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. It's coming to all of the things on February 18th. So I will be playing one of them. So it's coming very soon, 2 weeks from now. I'll be very excited to play this one, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it.
Look forward to that.
John, what do you got for us? What are you looking forward to, my friend?
Lego Batman. It's just
real.
It's
real.
I don't know if you guys remember, but when that was announced, first of all, it was announced out of nowhere. Like, no, it was just, basically Lego's got a new Batman game. That was the same weekend that Silk Song release date was dropped. Nobody talked about that. They all talked about Lego Batman. Even though Silk Song was Game of the Year, like Lego Batman was the talk of the weekend when Silk Song got its release date. Because it's just Arkham Asylum in Lego form. Like literally top to bottom.
Well, Arkham City.
It looks so good though.
Yeah,
Arkham City. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so cool. Cannot wait.
And they keep showing us more details. And like, I keep expecting them to like run out of stuff that I'm excited about. And I'm like, no, they keep showing us new stuff, new guys.
I just want to see where like they're going to hide the Riddler trophies and stuff like that. Like,
they're going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going to be dumb.
It's going to be ridiculous. Lego Batman, for those of you listening and wondering, Lego Batman, I had the Game Informer list here. Let's see. It's coming out in May. Let me get it up. Thank you, Game Informer, for this really awesome list that pretty much helps define my entire life sometimes.
Big props to Mike for putting that together way, way, way back in the day.
Yeah, he started it, and they kept it going because they figured out, wait, this is a huge resource that everyone will link to and use. So
I use it all the time as a producer.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight is coming to all of the things May 29th of this year. And we will have enough time for probably one more from everybody. So Linda, why don't you go next? You are muted.
I am muted because I had to cough. All right. So the next one I want to talk about is one in my research to prepare for this. I was looking through, and this game kind of jumped out as one that ironically fits the theme of one of my most anticipated games last year. And it's called Honeypot. So last year we had Propolis. That was a bee theme, which I finally was able to pick up at PAX. And now I see Honeypot coming out, and it just called to me. So this is from Flat Out Games. It is a 1 to 6 player game, ages 10 plus, playtime 15 to 30 minutes. And
So snacky.
yes, and that's one of the things that drew me into it, was that really speedy playtime. So the premise is you are a secret agent bear trying to get the best intel and spies and not get stung. So basically it's a set collection game. You're trying to use this large deck to put combinations of cards that will benefit you and perhaps be detrimental to your opponent. So there's some strategy to it. This just called to me. There's a bit of puzzly to it. And it looks adorable. The gameplay on it the little bit of gameplay that I was able to read about just was intriguing. Again, another card game that doesn't have too much for extra pieces. But this looked like something just a lot of fun that I think would be fun to get to the table. And we could, at the rate I'm going collecting bee-themed games, we could just do that as a theme one day.
I mean, listen, we like our themed listicles.
We do.
B?
I don't have that one.
Okay. Well, you
Yet.
need to get
We'll
that
be on the
one and learn to play it, because my wife and I couldn't figure it out. We got it for Christmas a couple Christmases ago.
So I've got homework. Okay, got it.
Well, I mean, you are the teacher. So
Yeah.
All right. Next, Amanda, you got
Yeah.
another one for us?
Always. Do you want? Ooh, no, we can't talk about grown-up ones. I have lots of grown-up ones.
Yeah, maybe
That's okay.
like
I got you. I got lots of good stuff on this list. Another one that I want to talk about is another game that I played at PAX West, and I think I might have already talked about it on this show. It's called Arcane Eats. And Arcane Eats is this adorable little indie game where you are essentially a tavern keeper and you are feeding adventurers when they stop in at your tavern and they are about to go on their next adventure. So it is an interesting kind of management game. And if you know me, you know I love management games. I'm such a sucker for them. And it's really fun. The demo is so short. I got to the end of it and I'm like, no, but there must be more. So I'm really, really excited to get this game, like this full game. And Steve, if you wouldn't mind, if you can bring that up just so folks can see like just the key art, because the key art on this is
I have
stinking
better
cute.
than that, my friend. I have better than
I
that.
believe in you, dude. It's such a cool game.
Because I went ahead and grabbed it on Steam.
Yeah, buddy.
And we have a video of this. Amanda is burying the lead here.
Kind of.
This is a deck building game.
It is.
Like a deck building card game. Slay the
It's a
Spire,
stacking
Monster
game.
Train. This is
It's ridiculous. It's
guys.
very, very interesting. And there's a lot of even the management elements are not particularly challenging, but it's a matter of choosing the right cards at the right time and building up your recipes so that you are able to meet demand from the various different people that come through your tavern.
Okay,
Now, a lot of
Guy
this stuff
Fieri,
wasn't
by
in the
way.
demo, but it does make exceptional use of card stacking so that you can build up the ideal dish for your customer along the way.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It's
That
dope,
looks awesome.
dude. It's so dope. It's extremely
wait.
our nonsense.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Man. Now I got another one. I didn't even.
That's okay, buddy. I got you.
Oh, my
I'll let
goodness.
you know. I'll let you know when it comes out and how expensive it is. I don't know how
Yep.
expensive it's going to be yet.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, it's on. It is, but it is listed for a 2026 release date. There's a demo
is.
out already, so I feel
It's
comfortable
so good.
that we'll see it this year. Jeff,
Definitely, we're going to see it this year.
what do you got? So you shared with us a board game, Hot Streak, which I'm very excited to play. But what about a video game? What video games are you looking for?
So it's hard because most of them are not family friendly. I guess I do have one. I am optimistic and hoping that Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is going to hit that.
Oh my goodness.
So-
that would be cool.
Yeah, I loved Yoshi's Woolly World. That was great. It had great amiibo functionality with all the different costumes. And then Yoshi's Crafted World just was not the same. They lost all their charm with it. So I'm hoping they can bring that charm back. I like the fact that, so I am a sucker with filling out lore in games. I'm that person that if an RPG gives me a little paragraph about a creature that I fight, I am going to read it. So that's why I'm kind of looking forward to this game, because it looks like we are going to be able to fill this encyclopedia that Yoshi's trying to fill and kind of learn about the lore of the game. And it's Nintendo, so they're all going to have witty, descriptions in their encyclopedia. And I'm really looking forward to hoping that this game brings back what Woolly World did.
All right. I mean, we know the art is going to be charming no matter what, but yes, I am similarly hoping that this one brings more than just the vibes.
It'd be nice
John.
if it actually delivered on the promise of the premise.
Yes, I
Yeah, and
agree. John, you said, go ahead,
I was
Jeff.
going to say, and I think that's the biggest thing Crafted World did, is it was exciting, then got the game, and it just, as Amanda said, didn't deliver on what it promised to be.
So, John, you just pivoted. You sent me a message saying you want to change. What do you got?
So I got a one that I backed on Kickstarter called Dungeon Box.
Okay.
So all these nerds on this call have played D&D, I assume, one time or another.
Yep.
Have
I
you
grew up
all
playing
played?
it. So yeah,
Yeah. So have you all played a Jackbox game?
of course.
What if it was the same thing? What if it was the two of them together?
Really?
It's a dungeon crawler Jackbox game
That's
with up to
cool.
8 players.
Hey,
yeah.
super neat.
Yeah, it's super cool. There's a play test going on now. If you backed it, I'm not sure if it's public yet.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's really cool seeing the updates on this one, seeing the cards and all that kind of stuff. And
That
I
is very
got some
cool.
free DLC with backing on Kickstarter. It's one of the many this is just my jam. Backing this for $15 or whatever, and don't care when it comes out. I'll get that key, and then this was one that I kind of got excited about and remembered right away when it popped up. Like even in the relevance, it's got Among Us and Jackbox Collection 9.
Yeah.
It's a Jackbox game. But yeah, I don't know what it's going to end up being rated, but it'll probably end up being teen to mature.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those things where I'm sure that the challenge will be in the users you play with will probably make a very big difference. So I am going to finish us off and talk about Forza Horizon 6 because,
I knew
man,
you were going
guys,
to take that one, buddy.
listen, I gave you 2 whole chances.
No.
So-
There is a reason why I didn't put it on my list. I knew that you were going to talk about it. Please.
Forza Horizon 6 it's probably it's probably going to be one of the best open world RPGs that comes out this year, and it's about driving cars. They revealed it at the Xbox Developer Showcase. It looks amazing. It's going to Japan, which is something that we have always, everybody just wants games to go to Japan, right? We want Assassin's Creed to go there. We want, whatever. There's something about driving through the Japanese countryside and also the Japanese cities, which is just really attractive. Japanese car culture is something, as a Fast and the Furious fan, I love all that stuff. And I don't know, they ended the trailer with a Gundam wing stepping on the ground. So I was already in, and then they were like, check it out, there's a Gundam in your car game. And I was like, oh man, guys. So how many times are you trying to make me buy this game? It is coming out May 19th, which is really interesting because they announced it and it's coming out real fast. Now that makes sense. They come out they come out on a regular schedule. It's shouldn't be a big shock when Madden comes out in August. Shouldn't be surprised about Forza Horizon. But you know what? I love it when they announce a game and give you a whole lot of details and you only got to wait 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, buddy.
And
We
so
love a short lead time.
we do love a short lead time. It doesn't happen very often, and it's really hard to do because games are really hard to make. So
As
these
it turns
are
out.
just some of the games that we are looking forward to, but this doesn't even come close to talking about the games that are coming out. Jeff made a really good point while we were getting ready for this show that we haven't had the big spring Nintendo Direct yet. We haven't had a PlayStation State of Play in a couple of months. So we've got some
Pokemon Day at
there's
the end of this month.
Pokemon Day at the end of this month. So
30th
there's time. Yeah, there's stuff that's gonna
And
still come out.
Pokopia looks pretty great.
And also, PAX East is in a month, and it's a little bit more than a month, but
It's at the end of March, so it's closer to 2 months.
a month and a half.
For there for a second, I was like, did I forget? No,
It
I'm
is
focused on
within-
GDC right now. Oh no.
It is within the next calendar month. Give me a freaking break. But Gamma
no,
is
you're okay,
also
you're
very
okay.
soon. Gamma is soon. There's just a lot. So what's crazy is we did this episode technically on time based on editorial calendars, because this is when you're supposed to do this. But we will be talking about more games and getting more excited about games for the rest of the year, because most of what we do is just get really excited about crap and then we play it. So everybody, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed recording. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode. We will not have Amanda next week, our next episode, because she's going to be hanging out with her folks. And I said, fine, you can have the day off, but you owe me
No
one.
pay cut this
It's
time.
okay. That's all right. You know what? We can just donate my donate my salary to charity.
That's it. That's how we'll do it. So everybody, I hope you have a great night. And until next time, don't forget to get your family game on. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye now. All right, guys.